Next, we would like to examine and show the stories that took place while Abraham lived in Ethiopia by providing biblical evidence. His first name was Abram. God told him to be called Abraham in Ethiopia. Because his wife Sarai could not bear children, he had a son named Ishmael with Sarai's servant, Hagar. The meaning of the name Ishmael is Semael, Semahael, God heard or God listened to me. The English dictionary also defines it as God hears. When we examine the root of the name, we find that the words Sema and Hail are Ethiopian words. After Ishmael was born, God met Abraham again and made a covenant of nationhood and divinity with him. As a sign of the covenant, circumcision was given to him. An obelisk was erected in Ethiopia as a memorial to this covenant of circumcision. After the circumcision, God appeared again and announced that Sarah would give birth. A year later, Sarah bore a son. Because she gave birth in her old age, she said, "People will laugh at me." For this reason, Abraham named the son Sarah bore him Isaac. The verb sake to laugh and the name Yitzhak Isaac have their origins in Ethiopian languages. The English Biblical Dictionary defines Isaac as laughter, let them laugh, laughing. After that, when Sarah died at the age of 125, Abraham bought a burial place from the Hittites, who were Ethiopian tribes, and she was buried in present-day Ethiopia. Then he married Keturah, who was from these same Hittite tribes, and had 6 children. One of the 6 was Midian. The country of Ethiopia is also called the land of Midian after his son's name Habakkuk 3-7. It also says that when Moses fled from Egypt to Ethiopia, he fled to the land of Midian. When Abraham died at the age of 175, his children Ishmael, Isaac, and the others buried him in the same tomb he had bought for Sarah. So, the Bible tells us that Abraham left Egypt and came to the land God had shown him, the land of God, the land of Azub, the south, the land of Midian, and lived and died in Ethiopia. For an introduction, if we have presented as much as the above, we will next present the events that took place while Abraham lived in Ethiopia, linking them with biblical evidence. God's call from Ur of the Chaldees, today's Iraq, to today's Ethiopia of the 175 years Abraham lived on this earth. He lived the last 90 years of his life, from the age of 85, and was buried in present-day Ethiopia in the land of Azub in East Africa. First, to clarify a misunderstood biblical historical account, let's look at the biblical evidence that Abraham and his family did not enter the Promised Land. Canaan today's Israel. By faith Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to a place that he was to receive as an inheritance. And he went out, not knowing where he was going. If you have any questions and suggestions, you can leave a comment. Thank you for watching.